What is going on, everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sean, aka Elite, and in today's video we're going to be covering a lot of different aspects of the new FIFA 21 ratings. Now, I initially recorded a couple of videos for this already on different topics, and I'm just not sure which one's going to stick in the one I'm going to actually upload, because I want to hold myself to a little bit of a higher standard in terms of quality of video, mostly with the information that I give you. I want to make sure that you guys are learning about the market, players, fluctuation, and how you can make coins at the beginning of FIFA and beyond. So I want to make sure that is included in this video. And on the other hand, I still want to go off on EA about how terrible some of these ratings are. I mean, I'll make it quick at the beginning of the video, but the fact that Thomas Muller's still only 86 rated, the fact that they downgraded Daniel Parejo, the fact that Alphonso Davies and Pulisic are only 81 rated, they downgraded Goretzka, they downgraded Alaba, they downgraded Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. They've really gone out of their way to make people angry. I'm not sure if it's a publicity stunt to get not only the footballers talking about them, but the YouTubers and influencers. But if that's the case, it's working, because these ratings are so terrible, at least in some cases. I'm not saying all of the ratings are bad, but in some cases the ratings are so terrible it just doesn't make any sense, and it really does anger the FIFA community who watches and bleeds and breathes football. Have these ratings decided by people who obviously don't watch the sport. It really is aggravating in a lot of different ways, because Aubameyang getting a downgrade, I mean, Daniel Parejo getting a downgrade, some of these things are so just blasphemous, so libelous, so slanderous, that you just question what the motive is behind these ratings. But I digress. This video is going to mostly be about price fluctuation of some of the cards that we've already seen in the database. We are going to cover some of the top 100 players, but I really want to dive deep in some of the lower rated cards too, because let's be real, not all of us are going to have the coins to buy Timo Werner on the first day, right? Who also got a downgrade for no reason. I mean, what kind of season did Timo Werner need to have to get a upgrade if he got downgraded after that season? Just ridiculous stuff. But as I said, not everybody's going to have those kind of coins to buy at the beginning of the game right away. How are we going to make that first 50K, 100,000 coins? Where are these coins coming from? Now, there are going to be several different options, and I'm going to go through all of them before FIFA 21 even releases. But in terms of a trading standpoint, the topics in today's video is going to show you. It's going to show you how to get from 0 to 50K, no problem at all. Now, it's important to remember that Division Rivals placement is going to give you the rewards for every single division below what you qualified for. So if you qualify for Division 5 in Rivals, you're going to get the rewards immediately after those 5 placement games from Division 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. I'm not sure about 5. I don't believe you get the Division 5 rewards. Nonetheless, you get a lot of rewards is what I'm trying to say. And a lot of coins are going to come out of that. It's going to give people a lot more coins at the beginning of the game than we've seen in previous years. And we're going to talk about how that's going to have an effect on the market, on small cards, and on the big cards. But it's going to take the game getting fully released in that early access for people to even play those placement games, which means that those first day or two that you have web app, you're going to have 0 coins and no access to actually playing the game. So using these methods that I talk about in this video is actually still going to be vital this year, just as it has been in previous years. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and switch over to Futbin. All right, Futbin has a database of players, and if you guys haven't used a website that is related to FIFA Ultimate Team before, there are a few options, the likes of Futbin, Futwiz, Futhead, FIFA Rosters, etc. We're going to use Futbin today. I'm not sponsored by any of them, but I'm open to it. If y'all want to buy me over, I am totally okay with using, whether it's Futbin, Futwiz, or Futhead. They all have their perks and their disadvantages. Today, we're just choosing Futbin. There's no really particular reason other than the fact that sometimes the prices on Futbin update a little bit quicker. With that being said, guys, we're going to look at some of these lower rated guys that have already been announced. Their stats, their ratings, their cards at their full are released, all right? All the way down to the likes of Daniel Maldini, Unbahan, and Rashel. You've got Matteo Morey from Dortmund, and you can see there's a lot of Dortmund and Milan cards because the entire roster for both Dortmund and Milan have been released on their respective Instagrams. So that's why they're in the database earlier than others. We're going to see throughout the next couple of days more teams getting involved, and then eventually the full database is going to leak. And once that does, we're going to talk about even further in depth on the cards specifically we're looking at. But what we're going to do first is we're going to take a look at Layvin Kurzawa. This is a card that's very low rated. It doesn't have much stats that really even you want to use as a starter card. I mean, he's not the worst starter card, but let's be real. A 74 pace left back with no stats above 76, nobody's going out of their way to want to get Kurzawa. It might just be a last ditch card that you just use at left back because you got nobody else or can't afford a better card, but realistically, it's not even making most starter teams, right? Kurzawa, on the other hand, is good links. He's a left back. He's low rated. He's non-rare. He's from PSG, he's from France, and in Ligue 1. All of these things are pretty good for SBC fodder in terms of both advanced SBCs, marquee matchups, and similar squad building challenges. Which means that he's going to be sought after in some way. Now, right now you can see in FIFA 20, he has a very similar card. Almost the exact same. He didn't really change much in card. Maybe they changed the pace by one, the dribbling by one, but realistically, it's the exact same card, right? So we can expect the fluctuations of the card to be pretty similar, and that's why I chose this card. Now we're going to use the PlayStation prices in today's video, but it doesn't matter. If you want to use Xbox prices, it works just as well. It just seems like Futbin updates PlayStation a little bit more often, because as you can see, on October 14th, it says he was 0 coins, which isn't accurate. They just didn't update that card that day on October 14th. So we're just going to use the PlayStation because it looks like they updated the card a little bit more on the days of PlayStation, and we can more accurately see what his price actually was on each day from the beginning of the game. So starting off at the very beginning, you can see he was at his lowest point. He was very cheap, an average of 933 coins, which means that you probably could have picked him up for 500 or 600 coins at certain hours of the day and at all times during sniping. You could have picked him up a ton on the first day, or even the second day, where he was 1,100 coins. And he continued to go up a little bit throughout the first few days for the sole reason of the fact that this guy is good for squad building challenges. He went up from 900 coins on average to 1,500 coins on average in just 3 days, right? That's a pretty big percentage of a boost. It's about, 33 to 35% of a boost on his card. Almost like 40% if you go all the way to 1,400 here. Very, very big boost on the first couple of days. You might think, oh, that's only 500 coins. Yeah, but what if you bought 500 of those cards, you know? So if you've got 500 of those cards on the first day, you could turn 500,000 coins right into 750,000 coins, no problem, right? So that's obviously an exaggerated example. You're not going to want to buy 500 of Layvin Kurzawa on the first day. I'm just saying, buy these kind of cards in bulk, right? If you've got 60K, work with 60K. If you got 3,000 coins, work with 3,000 coins. Because you can turn 3,000 coins into 5,000 coins just like that. Just like that. Now, we don't want to wait 3 days to turn 3K into 5K. You're going to want to be more active in trading. But look how much fluctuation this card takes. Look how much of it. All right? One day, he's 1,800. Next day, 11. Next day, 1,600. Next day, 1,300. Next day, 1,900. And then 1,200 2 days later, all the way up to 2,200. And it continues going up and down between 1,500, 1,200, 2,500, all of these prices, all the way up to 2,800. And I can vouch for the fact that he did rise over 3,000 coins at certain points. This card, if you're able to pick up during supply, you're going to make a lot of coins. Now, when I say supply, I mean Sunday nights, squad battle rewards. They come out, that's a lot of 5K packs, 7.5, 15K packs, 25s, mostly at the highest. So with all that supply from squad battles, you've got a lot of these tradable packs hitting the market, a lot of low rateds for the most part. Layvin Kurzawa is going to hit the market, so on Sundays and Mondays, he's a lot more likely to be kind of cheap. You can see Sunday, Monday right here, right? 1,300, 1,500 after being 1,600 to 1,700 on Saturday. Dropped a little bit lower on Sunday and Monday before going right back up. So if you're able to pick them up during those supply days, more supply can be found from division rival rewards. Not quite as much, because I feel like tradable packs are the least chosen option, but they are still a chosen option by some people. So if you're looking to get some of these smaller rated cards on division rival rewards, you'll still be able to find some. I don't know if it'll be as successful as Sunday night or in Foot Champ rewards, where the rewards are fixed and you can't really choose between what you get. They're kind of fixed. With that being said, though, that means they're guaranteed to be tradable, and the market's going to have supply. It's going to have supply of Levin Kurzawas, just like it's going to have supply of Kylian Mbappe's, all right? So it doesn't matter exactly what the card is. There will be more supply on those days that rewards come out. But it doesn't have to always be that. Let's say they drop a squad building challenge that requires silver cards. Levin Kurzawa is not going to be needed for this. But let's say it gives out a 15,000 coin gold pack. Levin Kurzawa, on the other hand, will be in a lot of those packs. That means demand, not there. Don't need them for that SBC. Supply gets on the market. You're picking up a lot of those Levin Kurzawas that day, because maybe in 2 days, they'll need a 77 rated gold team with 95 chemistry. And then boom, cards similar to Levin Kurzawa, who are at left back, which is already a pretty needed position for most SBCs, and more expensive for SBC fodder. He's got a great nation. He's got a very linkable club at PSG, and he's low rated, but he's still gold. So that's where his supply is. That's when he goes up to 2,800 coins after being 1,300 2 days ago, or 1,500 literally the night before, and you can double your coins just like that. There is profit to be found in all of these cards. There's profit to be found in literally everything. There's just some cards that are better than others. If you take a look at David Calibri, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but you take a look at Calibri, he's a right back. He is 76 rated, but he's Italian, which isn't as good of links as France. I'm not saying Italian's bad links at all, but you're probably not going to see as much fluctuation with one lower rating there. And he's a very similar card, really, other than the fact that he is right back in Italian. Kind of the same concept. You're going to see him going up and down in price quite a bit more. And we're on the FIFA 21, that's why the price isn't popping up. So if we take a look at him here, David Calabria, you guys can do this with any card you want. Calabria is probably not going to be as fluctuant as Levin Kurzawa. So we'll take a look from the beginning of the year to, let's say, November of 2019, right? And we'll see what the fluctuation is for this kind of card. It goes from 500, but it follows the exact same trend Kurzawa did. I mean, on the first day, he was super cheap, and then he doubled in price, just like that. So you can pretty much follow the exact same trend. He goes up and down, maybe not as significantly or extreme as Kurzawa, but it definitely happens. 125 coins on a Saturday. By Tuesday, 1550. Next week on the Monday, you know Mondays are pretty cheap normally. You know Mondays are cheap. Down to 475 coins. Boom. Next day, 1200. That's times 3 on your coins. All right? You might be like, well, how am I going to go out of my way and buy, if I buy 4 of these or 5 of these, it's not that many coins. But you use the coins you have, as I said earlier. Use the coins you have and you invest. If you have 100,000 coins, that's a good budget for this. That's a very good budget. If you have anywhere between 10,000 coins and 100,000 coins, it's a good budget for investing in these cards when they hit their low points. You can see how the supply affected this card on that Monday. You can see how it went from 1,000 all the way to 475. Just because more of them are on the market. More hit the market, undercutting happens, he goes lower in price. Let's see. Boom, you see that drop on Monday every single time. 1,600, boom, all the way down to 1,000. Now, he didn't rise up as quickly this time. It took him a few more days to get back up to 2,000, but he eventually did. And you can sell them on then. Or you can even take the small amount of profit from 1,000 to 200, all right? That's not a lot of profit. You buy 10 of them, right, for 1,000. You sell them all for 12K, you make 2K, all right? It's not a lot of coins, all right? Those are the kind of investments that, it's whatever. You put an investment in, it didn't work out that well, but you still made coins because what you were doing was smart, all right? You can't lose coins when you're smart about when you're investing. When you're investing during that supply, you're always going to make coins. Look at the drop again every single Monday. So whenever the supply hits, This year, it's been like Monday morning, Sunday night, right? The supply was for non-rares was always Sunday night during Squad Battle Rewards or Monday morning. And so you're not going to see the effect on Sunday, right? Because it's way late on Sunday. It's like, 3 a.m. UK. So the price isn't going to be affected on Sunday. It's going to be affected on Monday. You see that drop. You see the supply, and every single time it goes right back up. By Wednesday, 1,700. So guys, there is coins to be made in these non-rare cards. Coins to be made in those non-rare cards. But that's not all we're going to talk about today. We're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about some of the higher rated cards. And I don't want to get into the icons quite yet. Because let's be real. How many of us are buying icons on day one? Those are for the guys that are cheating and buying FIFA points. All right? We're not buying those on day one. Although, if you somehow do pack something insane on day one, all right? Because I feel like at least a couple of the guys watching this video might be an outlier to our squad building, and you might get lucky and pack a Cristiano Ronaldo, or maybe even pack one of these icons on day one. The thing you're going to want to do with the likes of Pele and Maradona, or Neymar, or De Bruyne, or even something as minuscule as an Erling Haaland, right? Somebody that low. Anybody who's meta. Anybody who's going to be used in weekend league teams. Those are the kind of guys you don't want to sell on day one. If you pack them, do not sell immediately unless you're desperate for coins and you think that you can invest in elsewhere and make more coins. Opportunity cost obviously is a factor. If you have an Erling Haaland, and let's say that Erling Haaland is 40,000 coins, and you think that this card, Erling Haaland, is going to go from 40k to 65k, you could make 25,000 coins, but let's say you find a different card, like Kurzawa, at a time that he's very cheap, and you think that card might double. You might sell the Erling Haaland even though you know he's going up in price. You might sell him because you'll get those coins, that 40k, and then you can turn that 40k into 80,000 coins instead of turning it in to 65,000 coins. If that makes sense to you guys. Obviously, you're going to want the profit from whatever you get. As long as you're making profit, you're doing well. But who's going to say no to making even more coins? That opportunity cost is going to play a factor, especially if you're really wanting to build a God squad by the end of the year. You're going to have to hustle. You're going to have to think about opportunity cost and what the best investment is. Because it's easy to make an investment that's going to turn a profit. But it's hard to make the best investment that's going to turn the most profit. Finding that investment is going to be very difficult for everybody. For me, for you, for everybody. Finding that best investment is always pretty difficult. But when it hits, and you make a lot more coins than what you would have made if you just casually invested in cards that you knew were going to go up. It's a safe bet, whatever. That's fine, but hitting that card that goes up the most, that opportunity cost, you're going to save so much time, you're going to make more coins, and you're going to have more coins sooner to invest farther and make even more coins. It's like a chain reaction almost. So for those big guys, that's kind of what you're going to want to do. So looking at our database, I'm going to go ahead and change the version to gold just to go ahead and get rid of the icons out of the way. Here's what we're looking at in terms of the top 100 players. We've got the likes of Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. We knew those were going to be the top 2 rated players, right? You keep scrolling down. Virgil van Dijk, Salah, Mane, Alisson, Mbappe, Ter Stegen. Got Ramos, Neuer, Benzema. Benzema with a big upgrade. Kind of question, Benzema had a great year, right? And he deserved an upgrade. But so did Aubameyang. What's the difference? The fact that Aubameyang chose an African nation instead of France to play for? It does make me a little angry looking at some of these ratings that just don't make sense. I mean, Ciro Immobile has 84 pace, right? Ciro Immobile has 84 pace. He had a great year. He deserved an upgrade. But Jadon Sancho is 83. So you're telling me Ciro Immobile is faster than Jadon Sancho? Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. But I digress. Let's take a look at a card that's kind of in the middle. And we're going to analyze this before we finish off the video. I want to find a card I haven't looked at yet. We could look at Timo Werner, but I explained his fluctuation in the last video, which was ones to watch trading. And if you haven't seen that video, go watch it. That video is going to teach you so much about how to trade with ones to watch cards. Not only the ones to watch cards themselves, but even the gold cards. And the Timo Werner gold card it's going to be a gold mine. Okay, so go find out why in that video. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and take a look at, I guess, Lorenzo Insigne. I don't have any particular reason to choose Lorenzo Insigne, but I feel like he's not a super meta card because he's in the Serie A and he's, you know, I don't know, left wing. But it's still kind of meta because he's got the right stats with 88 pace, 91 shooting, 83 passing. He's not got great physical, but what can you expect? He's 5'4", guys. So 85 rated. He got a big downgrade this year. I don't know why, but I don't watch Serie A, so I can't argue it. But let's go ahead and take a look at how he fluctuates before we finish off today's video. So Lorenzo Insigne this year is a little bit lower rated than what he started at last year, and he's also at a different position. He went from center forward to left wing, so that might change a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at how his price fluctuated at the beginning of FIFA 20. Alright, so it should be on your screen now. We can see on the first day he was 24,000 coins. That is normally when the web app's out, people are buying the cards that they can afford, and they can't afford much because the buying power isn't there yet. It's going to take a few days for people to really get the coinage to afford these guys. And then you can see when they hit their peak, that's the direct balance between buying power and the demand fading away, right? If everybody had the buying power of what was on November 3rd or November 2nd, any of these days, right? If we all had the buying power of November 2nd, those kind of coins, but we had that on September 20th, Lorenzo Insigne would easily be over 300,000 coins. But as new cards are introduced, as new metas arise, and upgrades continue to happen with Team of the Week, these new cards are taking demand away from the original gold cards. But on the first week, the only thing that's released is the original base cards. You have nothing else other than, I guess, Team of the Week 1 should be out by then. That's the only thing. So you've got the buying power super low. So he's 24,000 on day 1. By day 2, he's 40,000. Almost doubles. By day 3, he's 50,000. By day 4, 56. By day 7, he's starting to flatten out a little bit. So you can see it's not a lot of time. You really got to capitalize on the first day or two. And you really got to pick them up as soon as you can. So for these big guys, it's not as much fluctuation up and down like those smaller guys like Calibri or Kurzawa. You're not going to have that kind of fluctuation with Insigne. Because he goes from 24k, within a few days he's 60,000 coins, and he doesn't really reach over 70k. He doesn't drop below 60k again until our first promo. When our first promo comes out, I'll have tons of other guides out by then, but first promo comes out, it's a Scream promo, it looks like. I mean, you got ones to watch, but Insigne is not going to be affected by that because he didn't transfer. So, ones to watch comes out. You've got people selling their cards to pick up new cards that are coming out. Better cards that are coming out. Promo finishes, he rises back up in price. He recovers. Next promo, Black Friday. Boom, crash again. All right? So I just wanted to give you guys a visualization of the cards that are going to fluctuate the most and really give you guys a lot of coins, right? And I'm not sure what happened to my transition screen there. Sorry for the glitch there. But you see these really high fluctuations with some of the lower rated cards that you don't see in the higher rated cards. So what I'm suggesting, the overall theme of this video, the thing I want you to take away, is the fact that I want you to trade with some of these lower rateds. Pick up those in bulk rather than pick up Lorenzo Insigne by himself. Pick up those in bulk instead. Because they're going to fluctuate a lot more. You're going to make a lot more coins quickly. And then, after you make that first 50,000 coins with those guys, or first 100k, or whatever, how much you grind on them, then invest in those guys. And go to sleep. Because then, you saw what happened with Lorenzo Insigne, 24k, boom, all the way up to 60k in 2 days. Just go to sleep, wake up the next day, he'll be almost double the price. So, that's the way you're going to want to take advantage of those first 2 days on the web app. So that's going to be it for today's guide on trading at the beginning of FIFA. If you guys haven't seen the ones to watch guide, it's absolutely brilliant. I suggest you check it out. So thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and comment down below your favorite club. I just want to see who made it to the end of the video. Comment down below, what's your favorite club? Mine's Dortmund. Well, I would comment Dortmund. Comment your favorite club down below so I know who made it to the end of the video. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.